Today on WSRH Extra, we take an inside look at the Fisher House.
Also, we learn about a new club here at Seminole Ridge that has quickly grown in popularity.
Plus, a look at Seminole Ridge alumni who has come back to do what he loves. WSRH Extra starts now.
Welcome to this episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Carly Swanson.
And I'm Bryce Brandt.
We are here at the Showcase of Schools, where schools from all across Palm Beach County come together to show off what they have to offer.
We go to WSRH Extra reporter Shane Goolsby for an inside look at the Showcase of the Schools.
The Showcase of Schools is held here at the South Florida Fairgrounds annually to present schools to students from all over Palm Beach County and further.
If you want to know more about the schools, this is a great place to find out. When you're out looking for schools, this is where to be.
The Showcase is a great opportunity to learn about career programs.
It's a great opportunity for parents to see what programs are out there that will meet the needs of their children. They can go to the middle school, elementary, high school, and they can decide if that school is the best fit for them.
Western Pines is one of the hundreds of schools represented at the Showcase, and they offer a variety of programs.
We have a pre-medical science academy, we have a pre-information technology academy, and a graphic art academy.
Students that come to the Showcase have the opportunity to learn about programs or find new paths.
I've already been in engineering, and I would like to keep going in it because that's what I want to do when I grow up.
Students of all ages from all over the district have learned a great amount about their future possibilities here. For WSRH Extra, I'm Shane Goolsby.
This past weekend, veterans from 3 different wars were honored in a round-trip flight from Palm Beach to D.C. WSRH Extra reporter Caitlin Simpson got the chance to witness this historical event.
Since 2005, honor flights have been giving recognition to veterans for their service to the United States military by flying them to Washington, D.C. to visit the Capitol and the National Veterans Cemetery in Arlington. Then, the honor flight returns the veterans to Palm Beach County, but a recent flight made history.
It's the first time they've brought home 3 wars of veterans at the same time. So I'm here to welcome home my brothers and sisters that served. And I come here every honor flight they have.
Many people have different reasons as to why they came. For some, their reason hits closer to home.
It's a really special day because my grandfather was in the Korean War and he had a really big posting there. So it was a great way for him to be honored and to get to go to D.C. It was actually his first time seeing the Korean Memorial at the mall. So he called today and it was a really wonderful day for a humble man to be honored.
For others, the honor flight was to salute and learn more about the people who fought for their freedom.
Represent the veterans and everyone that fought in World War II.
This historic flight continues to honor veterans in every flight they conduct throughout the year. For WSRH Extra, I'm Caitlin Simpson.
Each year, thousands of veterans travel to VA Hospital and Palm Beach Gardens for treatment. This can be a hard financial toll on the families if they choose to stay in the hotels. But that's where the Fisher House comes to the rescue. WSRH Extra reporter Alex Kiger takes us inside the Fisher House.
Welcome to the Fisher House.
In 1990, Zachary Fisher founded the Fisher House to help and support families of veterans receiving treatment.
I think it's everything. It's a hot meal, it's a beautiful place to stay so that families don't have to worry about anything but being a family member and loving their loved one.
The Fisher House not only benefits the families, but the workers as well.
Working at the Fisher House is one of the best jobs I've ever had, honestly. So coming in and seeing the guests in the morning when they're drinking coffee, or in the evening when I'm leaving to go home and they say, you know, Sam, thank you for what you've done for me. It touched me to know that I've touched their lives.
The families at the house praise the staff for everything they do for them while going through challenging points in their lives.
Staff is unreal. It's absolutely unbelievable. They greet me with hugs and kisses, and I'm in warmth. And I'm serious when I say that they are my sisters.
The Fisher House is also a convenient walk to the hospital and a place to relieve stress that they may experience.
A lot of it is convenience and stress. You know, it's very stressful when you have a loved one sick, and for them to be able to have a place to stay and not have to worry about how they're going to get to the hospital or how their loved one is doing, they're a minute's walk away from the facility.
Even with what may be going on, the families feel comfortable and loved.
They're there if we need somebody to talk to. We have wonderful rooms, comfortable bed to come to at night, meals. It's just like coming to your home.
For many years, the Fisher House has provided a home away from home for many going through these difficult points in their lives. For WSRH Extra, I'm Alex Kiger.
High school students are senior citizens. A new club at Seminole Ridge helps students learn a life skill while knitting hats and blankets for premature babies in the hospital. WSRH Extra reporter Grace Trowbridge takes us to Knitting Club.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to, this needle goes in the back.
Knitting Club is welcome to all students at Seminole Ridge as they fight to aid others in need.
We actually had a knitting club here several years ago, and it dissolved for maybe the past 3 or 4 years, and we haven't had anything, and I thought about starting it up again. So this year we launched it, and we've had a great response, and the reason I'm doing it is I love what we're doing and giving back to our community. We're making hats and blankets for the babies at our local hospitals who are in the neonatal intensive care unit.
I wanted to be able to join a more diverse group of people and be able to help my community. The fact that I know I'm going to be able to help babies and help people basically.
Do it. Move these fingers up.
Yo, is this it?
Okay. Many people take up knitting. Sadly, these students either think that knitting is extremely easy or very difficult.
Simple. It's just a new learning experience, that's all.
Super hard, dude. Too hard. It was super fun. It was challenging, but it was challenging.
Knitting Club takes place every Wednesday or Friday of every other week from 3 o'clock to 4:30.
After today's work of knitting, these caps will be sent off to NICU babies at Wellington Regional Medical Center. Now this definitely pulls on my heartstrings. For WSRH Extra, I'm Grace Trowbridge.
After 5 years as a band director, Mr. Harvey left Seminole Ridge this summer, and that opened the door for a former band student to return to the Ridge. WSRH Extra reporter Sadie Crooks has more about the new band teacher.
Most people don't think about returning to their old high school, but for Ridge's new band director, Mr. Hoffman, that feeling is different.
I enjoyed all 4 years of high school, and I graduated in 2011. Did band in class and also the Winged Regiment marching band all 4 years of high school. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, obviously, because now I'm back doing the same thing again, but as the band director.
With his first year teaching, his students are still adjusting to having a new band director.
As he started to get more familiar with the band, he opened up more, and that really helped us all learn. He's good at picking the music, and he's really talented at a lot of different instruments, so he's a good teacher.
Well, Mr. Harvey was a little bit older than Mr. Hoffman, so I think Mr. Hoffman has a more new style of teaching. He's a little bit more fun. He jokes around about the same as Mr. Harvey did.
A few of the people that inspired me to become a teacher, specifically a music teacher, was some of the really great teachers that I had in my time here and in middle school, because I went to Osceola Creek, so I had Mr. Alderetta, and he was a great teacher to me. And when I was here, Mr. Skinner, a great teacher, and also Mr. Rayner as well. They both were great teachers, and they inspired me to become a teacher myself. So I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. They say that if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life.
Past teachers inspired Mr. Hoffman to return to give back to the band program that gave to him as a high school student. I'm Sadie Crooks for WSRH News.
Coming up on WSRH Extra, we see what's going on in sports.
Plus, this week's Edit to the Beat.
It's not working. What are we going to do?
What do you mean? We gotta go. Hey, I'm in the middle of a game!
We made it for the game!
Let's go, Hawks!
Tune in to SeminoleRidgeTV.com for all live-streamed events.
Coming up on Extra, we see the highlights from last week's football game.
Plus, a shortage of referees is affecting Palm Beach County football. For those stories and more, we go to WSRH Extra sports anchor Kevin McCarthy.
Thanks, Bryce and Carly. Last week, the Hawks went to the Palm Beach Central for their 3rd district game. While they did not come back with a win, they did put up a tough fight. Plus, we take a look at a student here at the Ridge who has traveled long and far for his chance at success in the baseball world. Seminole Ridge battled Palm Beach Central in a muddy, rainy, intense classic of Friday night rivals. The Broncos got on the board first with a short rush up the middle by Broncos C.J. Stewart, but the game came to a halt after a lightning delay when the patrons attending the game were evacuated into the school's gymnasium. And the Broncos went back at it with a 32-yard field goal and yet another touchdown run by C.J. Stewart. The rain proved to be problematic for the Ridge, resulting in a fumble and recovery by the Broncos, which turned into a 2-yard touchdown run. Hawks closed the margin just 3 plays later, now 17-7. Cayman Castilla scores with the quarterback keeper followed by a PAT to increase the score by 7. The Hawks were unable to complete the comeback, losing to Palm Beach Central 27-14. The Hawks' next game is at home against Pahokee for the homecoming game. Good luck, Hawks. It's not uncommon to see student athletes transfer from one school to another for a better opportunity, on the field or the court. But one new Hawk has traveled from much further than the others. WSRH Extra reporter Chloe Barcia has a story.
Chasing your dreams is a big leap. For one SeminoleRidge student, it meant leaving the country he called home for another.
I wanted to move here because of baseball. My parents were like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then they were like, "Okay."
He's an awesome kid. He's a really hard worker. It's always nice to have interesting people on the program. He's one of them, so it's a pleasure.
The adjustment period can be the hardest for a new student, along with making new friends and joining teams. However, baseball is one thing that kept them going.
School is hard because of the language is different. We speak German over there, and here we speak English. I mean, I speak English because my mom's from Florida, but yeah, some words are hard for me to understand.
He seems pretty well adjusted and seems to incorporate himself with the kids pretty well.
The baseball team's super nice, and they help me with everything basically.
Baseball is a sport even Germany can't get enough of. Ben surely proves Austria is one of those parts. From returning, new or foreign, SeminoleRidge Ridge welcomes this Hawk with open wings. For WSRH Extra, I'm Chloe Barcia.
When things don't go well for our favorite teams, the easy target is the referee. Fans tell them they're blind and much worse, but they're an important part of any sport. Now a shortage of referees is having a major impact on Friday Night Football. WH Sports reporter Riley Sullivan has the story.
Recently, the Palm Beach County referees have been struggling with their numbers. Oftentimes, these same refs are reffing several games a week.
My same crew every Friday. No, it's on the contrary.
Although it may seem more challenging, some referees prefer working with the same group of people.
Once you get used to being with a specific group, your mechanics are better, the flow of the game works better.
With the shortage, all available referees are working high school games, which has left community rec leagues scrambling.
So that a lot of the community sports are suffering from that because there's really not enough officials in the official pool to cover both the rec league and cover the high school level sports.
Not only does the shortage of referees take a toll on the football community, it affects the referees as well.
Referees have to take a lot of abuse, and a lot of the younger people that could be officials that we try to get involved won't do it because they don't like the abuse, the verbal abuse that they get.
Football games are not possible without referees. Due to the shortage of refs, there has been conflict within the Palm Beach County community. For WSRH Extra, I'm Riley Sullivan.
With the lack of referees, Friday Night Football has certainly become more intense. Come out and support the varsity football team tonight at the homecoming game against the Blue Devils. Well, that's it for WSRH Sports. I'm Kevin McCarthy.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, that's it for this episode of WSRH Extra. If you have any story ideas, please tweet us at SeminoleRidgeTV. I'm Bryce Praya.
And I'm Carly Swanson. Be sure to tune into the next week's episode.